Michael Conforto hits a home run. Max Muncy hits a home run. Plays good defense, steals a base. Dustin May has another solid start. Shohei Ohtani gets his 20th home run, the first of 20 in Major League Baseball. The Dodgers get the series win over the Guardians. We have a very encouraging development for LA, and we are breaking it all down next on the Dodgers Nation postgame show.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
Tommy Tank strikes again, and the Dodgers lead 3-0. Gibby! Meet Freddie! Tommy sends on the air, the other way, back it goes! Gone! One-of-a-kind player! One-of-a-kind season!
What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to another Dodgers Nation postgame show. My name is Doug McKain, credential member of Dodgers Media. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. Thanks for rocking with us. After the Dodgers get the dub, they beat the Cleveland Guardians. They get the series win, taking the first two games of this three-game set. They win by a final score of 9-5. Your Los Angeles Dodgers improved to 94-21 on the season. If you take a look at the standings, the Dodgers up 2.5 games on the San Diego Padres, 3 games up on the Giants in the division, and now they have the fourth best record in baseball. So the Dodgers winning 2 games in a row, and it was a big night for the struggling Dodgers. It was a big night for Dustin May, who put up another really solid start. It was another big night for a Dodgers offense that's going to have to carry this Dodgers team with the pitching being depleted at the moment, with a bullpen that's been overly taxed, with a starting rotation that's missing key guys. So it's great to give your pitchers 9 runs, because then when Dustin May gives up a home run or Dustin May runs into some traffic in the bullpen, there's just not as much of a margin for error. But a big night for the Dodgers. Welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Let's read some comments before we get into it. Nando says, D-Mac about to buy all the Conforto stock back. Yeah, about to go to Fidelity Investments right after this, buy all the stock. A.M. Sanchez, yes, sir. Joseph Noel, D-Mac about to be all on that Conforto glizzy. Come on, bruh, to start things off, okay? Paul Vaughn, hey, D-Mac. Lou says 2 for Forto. Yeah, it was a big night for Michael Conforto. You got to give him his credit. We'll get there. But tonight, you got to really start with Dustin May. I really think that, of course, you scored 9 runs, and that's going to get the headlines. But my first real big takeaway tonight is Dustin May, I think, is really turning into a really solid starter. And I think you look at the performance that he had in this one, and it just screamed, okay, I am settling into a season. I am settling into a big league starter season. And tonight, it was another night where, yeah, he wasn't incredible all throughout. He did make a mistake, gave up the 3-run home run to Daniel Schneemann there, a 3-run bomb in the 4th inning. And that came after you scored 4 runs. But still, I mean, he just basically made one bad pitch. And when you make one bad pitch, and yes, it's a home run, a 3-run shot, it definitely, you want that back. And on that pitch, he falls behind the count. He leaves a sinker that just runs out of the middle of the plate. But he also had 9 strikeouts. And the swing and miss has been up for Dustin May. The 3 runs didn't cost them the game, didn't cost them the lead. And May has really looked a lot better of late. I mean, you've seen him go to that cutter, 16 cutters, 7 fastballs, and I think one of the most important at-bats for Dustin May in this one came in the first inning. Up against Jose Ramirez, an 11-pitch at-bat after Kwan had singled, and by the way, an incredible throw by Dalton Rushing to nail out Stephen Kwan. Hey, Stephen hit the Kwan. And no, Stephen didn't hit the Kwan. Dustin May, he hit the Dustin May, and he got a single to left, and Kwan got caught stealing. Great pop time, great throw there by Dalton Rushing. He's been really good throwing out runners. But Ramirez, an 11-pitch at bat, and he strikes him out with that cutter, getting him to swing and miss on it. So that cutter is becoming a much more effective pitch, a go-to weapon for him. And it was a season-high 9 strikeouts. He allowed 3 runs in 5 innings of work. I thought Dustin May really gave the Dodgers what they needed for a guy that has a great offense. He just needs to go out there and not get chased. Avoid the big inning. Be that big league starter. And no, it's not Dustin Mania like I used to say, but still, I think that Dustin May is providing a ton of value in his role, and I'm very big on the night that he had because you don't ask for much when you're scoring 9 innings. Yes, you would have liked to get 6 innings out of him. 7 would be ideal. Just give me the same start with 1 more inning, and I'll be a happy camper. I'll be stoked, right? I will be absolutely elated doing jumping jacks down 1000 Vince Scully Avenue if I'm getting 6 innings of 3-run ball and you're not overly taxing the bullpen. You're letting the offense cook. But here was Dustin May after the game talking about his start.
Dustin, you were cruising along to start this one. I think it was that 4th innings where they more have got to you. How do you kind of just assess an outing like today for yourself?
I thought it was fine. Swing and miss was there. Just one bad pitch. The long balls kind of got me the last however many starts. So got to try and figure out a way to limit that going forward.
Yeah, after your last outing, you talked about just kind of being in tune with yourself. Are you finding that at least consistency, or that I guess consistently feeling that into this outing as well?
Yeah, I mean, body's been feeling good, so I'm going to take that as a positive, run with it, no matter kind of what the results of the outing are. Some things are going good, some things are kind of still in the works, trying to figure some stuff out, but it's positive.
You had a pretty dramatic reaction on that, the home run pitch.
All my home run reactions are pretty dramatic.
You just knew as soon as you let go of it.
I mean, I give up a lot of soft contact, and when they're hit hard, they're normally homers, so I give pretty good reactions.
So a nice start for Dustin May. That ERA drops to 4.20 at 3.91 FIP, 55 2/3 innings. I mean, he's making starts, and he's staying on the mound, and he's healthy. So I give Dustin May a solid B for his start tonight. But let me know down below in the comment section, what do you give Dustin May for sure? We got Planet says, the Dodgers start starting to click. This is from Explosive, says, May looking like a Viking. Dodgers Z Showtime fans. Maybe for positive vibes, Max Muncy, but not for that bum Conforto. Wow, you guys are really not giving Conforto his props for the night that he had. We'll talk about Conforto next, but I think Dustin May, I like the way he pitched, made one bad pitch, and other than that, I think he battled out there, gave this team a chance to win, and I think that it was exactly what the Dodgers needed going deeper into this one. But now let's talk about Shohei Ohtani, and I have to talk a little bit about the Big Show because this guy, every single game it feels like does something to amaze you. And yes, early on, you got some really good offense from the Dodgers. Max Muncy drew a leadoff walk at the second, and he stole second base. Paez singled him home, and then Conforto, he singled to left to get Paez at third. So right out of the gates, Muncy and Conforto were contributing. Then Dalton Rushing had an RBI single. That made it 2-0. But later in the top of the 4th inning, one takeaway from tonight was, yes, Tommy Edman, he has been struggling, especially since coming back. He's just 3% above average with a 103 weighted runs created plus right now on the season. But having him bat at the bottom of the lineup, I think is really intriguing because it does act as a second leadoff hitter, and he should be someone that can get his bat on the ball and make things happen. And he did just that there in the top of the 4th inning. He gets a 2-out single to right, and that brings up Shohei Ohtani. And Shohei Ohtani did something that most hitters just do not do, and that is get a big bomb, an oppo shot on a cutter. It was his 20th home run of the season, a 2-run shot, and that gave the Dodgers a 2-0 lead.
Lifts the first pitch the other way. Kwan steps back onto the track. It is gone. Sky scraping drive the other way, and Ohtani's got his 20th.
And you saw Bybee. He said, what the F? He said, what the F? Because he couldn't believe it. He could not believe that Shohei Ohtani had done that, had gotten a home run that you just do not see guys get. I mean, you don't see hitters just stay back on cutters like that and go oppo like he did. It was his 20th home run of the season that leads all of Major League Baseball. He was the first player in the sport that made it to 20 home runs. And we're talking about a guy that's rehabbing from Tommy John surgery. He's now the third player in Dodgers history to reach at least 20 home runs in the first 55 games. He joined Gil Hodges, 21 in 1951, and Cody Bellinger, 20 in 2019. That's how good Shohei Ohtani is. Oppo shots on cutters. The man is just not from this planet. I mean, we don't need to test him for drugs or steroids. We need to test him to see if he's an alien, because I don't think he's from here. What he does is incredible. Shohei Ohtani, the best player in the game. I don't want to hear from these Yankee fans that try to claim that Aaron Judge is better. Yeah, I can make the case, pound for pound as a hitter, Aaron Judge doesn't take a backseat to anyone. But once Shohei starts throwing that pill, it's not a conversation. Carnivorous lunar activity rushing is a starter in any town minus Philly and LA. Yeah, it's a great point. I mean, I got to give you a fire take for that one, because certainly you got to say that.
Fire take.
That Dalton Rushing is a starter on most teams around Major League Baseball, at least half. And he goes 1 for 4 tonight. And he just is a very good competitive at bat. And as a hitter, as a catcher, pop time, throwing arm, game caller, I mean, the guy looks like he's been in the league for 3 years. He has been awesome for sure. And I love the fact that he gives Will Smith, who's going to be an all-star too, he gives him the ability to stay and rest. Okay. So, the Dodgers, you got to lead 4-0. May gives up the 3-run shot. And then, how do the Dodgers get more runs? Well, top of the 6th inning, still a tight game, 4-3 game. It's not like it was just some irrelevant home run. Gaddis on the mound, one of the better relievers in the sport. And Michael Conforto, who had one RBI since April 5th. One RBI since April 5th. Was the worst in the entire sport. Statistically, Michael Conforto, the worst in the entire sport with runners in scoring position. Now, this is not a debate. This is just based out of fact. And there is no denying that Michael Conforto really had just struggled mightily at the plate with runners in scoring position. But then he comes through in a spot, 3-2 count, sees a 4-seam fastball down and in. He turns on it, he crushes it, and that gives the Dodgers a 5-3 lead.
Tim Herron loosens as Gaddis fires. Conforto hits one hard in the air to center field. Martinez going back. He's at the wall. There it goes. Michael Conforto leaves the yard.
So Michael Conforto, he leaves the yard, a big bomb. And you just have to feel pretty good for him, okay? I understand that it takes more than one game to get out of a slump. It takes more than one game to get into a slump. But his first home run and second RBI since April 5th, okay? And I saw you guys today say he should be out there selling hot dogs and that Michael Conforto is a bum. And look, this doesn't guarantee that he's going to be on the Dodgers postseason roster, that he's going to go on this tear. But at the very least, it's something to build on, because that was an explosive swing, gets the barrel of the bat out on it, crushes it. It was a deep shot to center. And look, he's a 79 weighted runs created plus now. So he's 21% below league average, 3 home runs on the year, and maybe his season starts today. I know that it was a big relief for him, and the only reason why I'm not writing him off is this isn't a situation where, like, it was a James Outman, where it was a rookie that came up and was great for most of a year and then has not had that same success, has not been able to reestablish himself, right? Michael Conforto has been a really good player in this league for a while. He's made an all-star team last year, second half of the season. He was one of the better hitters in the sport. So, look, I mean, we'll see what happens, but that was definitely very encouraging. And to see him get that home run, hopefully this breaks him out of this season-long slump that he is in, gives him some momentum, and he can build on this and start to catch a heater. That's what you have to hope for. But here was Michael Conforto after the game talking about his big night in Cleveland.
Michael, a 2-hit game, including a home run. We saw your huge smile, the support from your teammates just to get the results. There's been a lot of hard hits as of late, but to get the results, how encouraging and rewarding was that for you?
Well, it felt great to
to see one go over the wall. It's been a while. Yeah, and I think the reaction for me and the reaction for me and my teammates, they've had my back this whole time. It's been a rough go for the past month or so, and they've been with me the whole time. So just trying to keep me in good spirits, and I love those guys. So it's been fun to see their reactions.
We've seen a lot of hard contact from you. Is this something, these results are just something that you've been kind of sticking to your approach, or were you tinkering with a few things to get the results today?
I've been making adjustments. I think the at-bats have been getting better. There's still some work to do, but seeing the ball come off a little bit hotter, spitting on some pitches and swinging at some pitches that I should be swinging at, and getting on base a little bit more. I mean, those are all the things that I need to do, and what I'm going to continue to try to do.
It's now back-to-back wins, but they've really been two complete games and two complete wins, whether it's hits up and down the lineup, the pitching. How does it feel just getting back to Dodgers baseball with these two wins?
Just like you said, we're playing really well out here in Cleveland. From the pitching, from the starting pitching, the bullpen, playing defense, timely hitting, and then obviously, this lineup's going to slug a little bit, and so that's kind of the way we're going to, try to continue to play and try to continue to keep getting back to.
All right. Well, hopefully with this results today, and kind of maybe unlock something. Michael, congrats on the win, and keep it going.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So there you go, video courtesy of Sportsnet LA. And how about Michael Conforto, 2 for 3, a home run, an RBI. I mean, look, I just went to Robinhood during that because I was buying the Michael Conforto stock that I was selling during today's show. Look, this is someone who could find a heater. If he was going to slump, would you rather him slump now than slump later? If you find something, you'd rather have that in the second half of the season towards October. And hopefully we see a repeat of what we did last year, where he really caught fire towards the second half of the season. And then, look, never forget, Kike Hernandez and Gavin Lux, guys that were bad and posting below average numbers in the first part of the season, they turned it on and they caught fire. So, if you want to get some of your $17 million back, hopefully you get it for you, right? If you cut him now and he catches fire another team, you're not going to feel really good about that, especially on the hook for that money. Also want to give a shout to Ben Kasparius. I thought he was fantastic once again. An inning and 2/3, no runs, no hits, 3 strikeouts on 20 pitches. Ben Kasparius is quickly becoming one of the better relievers in all of Major League Baseball. He's been lights out this season. All the stuff plus shows that he's an elite pitcher as far as his role, a 2.8 ERA. He was fantastic once again, and I think that he is going to be one of the Dodgers' high-leverage relievers in the postseason. If something happens to Evan Phillips or Michael Kopech, Blake Trinan, I think that you might have to add another guy, but the emergence of Ben Kasparius makes you feel a little better about that. Okay, guys, we're going to open up to you pretty soon here. Let's keep talking about Max Muncy, though. So Max Muncy, another one of the Dodgers that you want to see selling Dodger dogs. I had someone in the comments saying that Max Muncy was going to hit Max Muncy was going to have more errors than home runs this season. Well, he probably watched the show, because he definitely came through in this one, because top of the 9th inning, it was a 6-3 game. The Dodgers did tack on another run after an Andy Pages single in the 8th, and that was after a Max Muncy infield single and a Teoscar single. So Max Muncy impacted the game in multiple ways in this one. Base stealing, solid defense, infield single, and then top of the 9th, after a Shohei walk and a Betts single, Max Muncy, a couple batters later, 1-1 count. He gets a fastball, middle, and he did not miss. It was maximum power for the Funky Muncy.
Goes up to get it, sends it in the air, deep right field, goodbye. Max Muncy breaks it open with a 3-run home run.
So you got to feel good for him as well. Look, I understand. It's frustrating. A baseball season is 162 games where there's a lot of ups and downs. You're enraged and you want your guys to play better. And look, this is hopefully going to be the start of something. It's going to take weeks of really good production to get what the organization had hoped to get from these two guys. But tonight was a positive night. And Max Muncy, believe it or not, as crazy as this sound, and yes, there's a lot of narratives out there. Some people go on feel, some people go on eye test. I like to combine both of them. And when you look at the numbers, after tonight offensively, Max Muncy, 4 home runs and 202 plate appearances, does take his walks, 8 doubles on the season. He's hitting 212, but he's at a 98 weighted runs created plus. He's only 2% below league average. He's only 2% below league average. What if I told you that statistically, and perception's a lot in baseball, right? Perception means a lot in baseball because it's kind of how it makes you feel, what you think you're seeing, what you are seeing, kind of a combination of the emotional pull of it all. What if I told you that on the season, Max Muncy is only 4 points below where Tommy Edman is as far as overall offensive production? Edman, 102 weighted runs created plus, 8 home runs. Max Muncy, a 98 weighted runs created plus. And he gets another home run tonight. Took him a while to get his first one, his longest plate appearance drought without hitting a bomb in his career. But he gets another one, and now Max Muncy, he's at 4 home runs on the year. So another positive night for another struggling Dodger, something that's very encouraging that you definitely like to see. And you just got to hope that these guys can put together more than just 1 or 2 good games, more than 3 or 4 good games. That no, this is just becomes something that has unlocked them for this entire year, right? And that is hopefully the case. And I certainly believe that when it comes to Max Muncy, he has gone through some really bad struggles throughout his career, and there's no doubt about that. Yeah, I mean, he has came out the other side of these, and he's kind of persevered. So you got to hope that is something that can happen again, is that he can have that same type of breakthrough this time around. And look, do I 100% believe it's going to happen? I can't say that, but tonight was encouraging just because it was multiple hits. It was a home run. He looked more confident with his defense. And this is Max Muncy, man. He's going to put in the work. This is a guy who was in the Mexican leagues and everyone thought was going to do nothing in his career, and he has turned into an all-star, a World Series champion. But here was Max Muncy after the game talking about his night and just having something to build on moving forward.
Anything about where your swings that the path that's sort of
I mean, a little bit, but again, I'm getting to the top of the baseball, which is the important thing, and I've been driving it just like I said, haven't been driving it in the air, and so the other night in New York, 108 just on the ground, several balls hit hard just on the ground or low line drives, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but yeah, just one of those things where you have to kind of weather it.
What were the reads on when you first got on base, stealing second, and then getting home on Andy's little flare?
Yeah, the stolen base was just, felt like I had something on him. Took a chance. Almost didn't work out, but, thankfully it did. And then the read on Andy's ball, I felt like it was going to go over second baseman's head. And so they got really good outfielders with really good arms. And so trying to give myself the best chance possible to score right there.
You mentioned getting the ball in the air. You did have a couple deep flyouts earlier in the game. Did you feel like it was kind of starting to get there?
Yeah, like I said, it was kind of a frustrating night up to that point because I felt like I had several pitches that I should have, driven and just missed them. Still hit them hard, but just missed them getting underneath it. And so, to get that one at the end felt really good.
You look at these last 2 games, does it feel like complete baseball games from the group? And does it feel like kind of getting back to your guys' true identity on the field?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. It's definitely been better. Offensive side has been great. Pitching's been great. We had 2 guys get deep into the game for us, and that's always huge. And the bullpen came in and did their job. Not putting too much stress on those guys, and that's the key for us on offense is to, kind of give them a little bit of a lead to work with, and we were able to accomplish that.
You mentioned the offensive side. Shohei's homered in 3 straight games now. What's it like just being in a lineup with him and watching that happen?
It's really cool. A little bit of jealousy, probably. He basically mishits a fly ball today, and it was, 180 off the bat or whatever it was, and still goes out. And so it's just one of those things where he does stuff that no normal human being can do, and it's really fun to watch. It's really fun to see it.
There goes Max Muncy. Great to see that. And as he said, hey, he has been fouling on pitches. He's been flying out on pitches that typically he's punished throughout his career. My question to you is, do you buy it? Are you buying any stock? It's a stock that has dipped for Max Muncy and Conforto. Okay, if you had to buy stock in any of them, are you buying it in one of them, in both of them? Let me know, whose stock are you buying in? Let's read some comments now. Welcome to Dodgers Nation post-game show, the #1 Dodgers post-game show in the game. David says Conforto is still trash. Jason Mendoza says, let's go Muncy. A.U. Potter says, Muncy also proved me wrong about his low agility by stealing second base and then running home on merely a single. Yeah, that's the thing about Max Muncy. A.U. Potter's, he is a better runner as far as overall sprint speed than Mookie Betts at this stage of his career. He actually is an above average athlete, and you're absolutely on the money there. And that's just the truth for him, is he has that ability to do that. I mean, you mentioned top of the second inning, Pages singled to right. Muncy, he scored all the way from first. And he also, I mean, he stole second, right? I mean, he has ability to score from first. He can steal second and score there. And yeah, this is a guy that he's got tools for sure. It just has been a rough go of it this season. And the truth is that if they can get him to kind of be on like a 20, 30 home run pace from here on out, you can live with his defense if he just plays the defense that we saw him play last season when it was the best we've ever seen him. So it's in there somewhere, and you just need it for one more year. I think that's kind of what I want to make very clear here, is that he's got a club option. Will they pick it up? Maybe, maybe not. It's $10 million. We'll see as a buyout there. If he gives you a typical Muncy season, then the answer is certainly yes. But it's for 1 year. You see him for 1 year to be that guy. We got BC says platoon Conforto. Give Kim more at bats from BC. We got Plant says good-ish Conforto. Feel proud for him. So some love for Michael Conforto. I'm not saying the Michael O for Fortos down below. I like that. It's Michael 2 for 3-0s. Nando 390 Conforto getting paid $17 million to be happy about 2 home runs. Okay. Pretty savage right there. We have Michael Conforto. New nickname is Conforto. Okay. Dodgers fan. Okay. All right. Let's read some more here. We've got Blind Squirrel Finding a Nut equals Conforto from I Surf Nerd. Say says Taste Nandon says Squirrel found a nut today. Okay, you guys are not a believer. That's why, like I said, you guys like to give you a voice. I Surf Nerd says Kasperius greater than signed Bond investor. You're going to do a deeper dive on Kasperius tomorrow on Dodgers Dugout Live. By the way, Dodgers Dugout Live tomorrow is going to be at 9 a.m. A pregame show leading up to the Dodgers 10 a.m. game. Clayton Kershaw on the bump. It is hopefully going to be played. It's definitely been forecasted to rain, but we'll be there for sure. Dodgers Z Showtime. D-Max, sell your stock just yet. Until Conforto does it consistently for a month. Full Muncy is the fastest dude who's ever ran the bases. Full spectrum, can't read that whole thing. His family watches the show. David Link, Muncy Conforto finally contributed. Maxwell has been grinding those ABs from Mr. Classic. A super chat, $10 from Kiki. Torta for Funky Muncy and Conforto. Yeah, they're getting tortas tonight. A.U. Potter, Bilal K, D-Mac. Good one. Nick, you can change your opinion based on new information. I mean, I think that I'm not saying they're unlocked. Bilal K, I mean, I respect your opinion. Did I say they're unlocked? No. And if you want me to put captions and subtitles on the screen for you, I'm happy to do that. I said it takes more than one good game to get in a slump. It takes more than one good game to take you out of a slump. Did I not say that? Did I stutter? Do you need me to spell it out for you? I'm not guaranteeing that tonight's success for Conforto and Max Muncy means they're going to go on to be Shohei Ohtani's for the rest of the year. I'm not saying that. If you had to bet on it, I would probably go the other direction. But still, this is a part of their plan, and their plan is to go up into the All-Star break to see what they can get out of these guys, and based on that, they're going to make some roster decisions. So if this team just act on emotion for every single player that was slumping, they wouldn't have won the World Series last year, right? I mean, because Gavin Lux would have been gone. Walker Buehler would have been gone. A lot of these guys would have been gone. But I think for this team right here, I mean, you just have to go through your process. And that's why I'd rather see if you can get the Michael Conforto that you thought you were getting. You can get the Max Muncy that last year was really, really good. And then you give yourself a long enough sample size to make sure you don't regret moving them off too early. Last thing I want to see is Michael Conforto, Max Muncy hitting home runs against the Dodgers in the postseason, and while you're still paying their contracts, right? So I just think that tonight's a positive development because a lot of guys can run into one, but tonight was a little different just because it was multiple hits. It was multiple moments. It was big hits and big spots. So, yeah, let's see if they can build on that. But in no way am I saying they're unlocked and it's over. They're going to be great. I mean, I don't know where you're getting that from or what show you're watching, but all due respect. Knack 5.22 ERA versus the Yankees. Nando D-Mac selling Conforto and Muncy stock like Birdie Madoff selling Enron. That's the comment of the show. That's the comment of the show. I love it. I love it. We've got Victor Baño says, I buy stock for Muncy Conforto, not yet. I need a bigger sample. Me too. Absolutely. Sean AM. What up, Paul Vaughn? We've got D-Mac more likely to start a playoff game, Kasperius, Glasnow, or Kershaw. Wow. That's an interesting question. That's an interesting question. Oh, man. That's an interesting question. That's a tough one. If you had to, gun to my head right now, I'm going to hope that they learn from Glasnow last season, and they're going to find some way to get him into the postseason. That's just what I'm hoping for. Clayton Kershaw, I'm not putting any postseason expectations on him, even though I hope to see them. I think for Clayton Kershaw, my main thing is to just get him 3,000 strikeouts and have some positive moments and have him not end his career on the IL. Really, quite frankly, that's what it's about. Let's see. But some more comments here, guys. The Max and Conforto show from Joe Magazzini. Let's see what else we've got from you guys down below. We've got Tommy V. Let's just imagine it's the All-Star break right now. Okay, time to drop Conforto. If that's the case, that's fine. If that's the case, that's fine. But look, you guys, if I pay for a movie, I want to at least give it an hour before I walk out of that movie. I'm talking about you, Blair Witch Project 2. I'm talking about you. I'm not talking about you, Norbit, right? Right? I mean, I'm going to give it some time. I serve Dodgers, Doyer Dogs as motivation for Muncy is savage. We've got Trade Max. I don't get the Max Muncy hates. Conforto the broken clock. Mo Lester, we need to get a new third baseman. Call Alex Freeland and get Luis Robert Jr. or something. Interesting stuff. David, Conforto is a blind squirrel finding a nut finally. So, look, at least we got your takes. And like I said, one of my favorite things about this show and the thing I'm most proud of is the comments that you guys have are on the show. I'm not trying to hide them for anyone. And I think that if you truly want to take a true glimpse of what Dodger baseball is in the world, in the minds of the fans, that this show definitely does that as good as any show, really, because it's authentic and it's raw, and we can have disagreements on this show. And look, for me, I'm going to hyper evaluation mode in the next month. And if it's the trade deadline and I'm being honest with myself about Muncy and Conforto, well, this team has options and they're going to have the ability to make some moves if they want to. And right now, it's hyper evaluation mode. So I think that they've gotten a message, Muncy and Conforto, and I think they're almost going to be playing like their careers with the Dodgers are on the line. I mean, I think that Muncy has more equity in the organization, and of course, he's a big clubhouse guy, and I'd be really surprised if he was moved just because, look, he's only 2% below league average. He has 4 home runs now. If he goes on a tear, plays adequate defense, they're not touching Muncy. Michael Conforto, I think they'd view as a little more expendable just because he's on that deal, and they could possibly look for some alternatives. But here was Dave Roberts after the game talking about the Dodgers win, touched on Conforto, touched on Muncy. Here was Doc after the Dodgers 9-5 win against the Guardians.
See how hard Michael Conforto has been working, and you recently said that you were talking with the hitting coaches, that something had clicked for him as of late, just for him to get the results today. How encouraging is that for you and also for him, even though he is a veteran in this game?
Yeah, I mean, it's just really, I'm sure it was a weight off his shoulders to be able to contribute offensively. I thought the at-bats that he took today, using the big part of the field, I thought the swing looked much better. The bat stayed in the hitting zone much longer. and to get a base hit, to also hit the homer. I really like what I saw, and it's good to see that the work is paying off.
Would you say you found just in these last 2 games you're seeing kind of this, how this team is constructed and the makeup of the group, you're seeing it actually play out in these 2 arguably complete baseball games from these 2 wins?
Yeah, I do. I think that up and down the lineup, I thought we took some really good at-bats, and Bybee is a really good pitcher, and for us to get to him the way we did, certainly get the pitch count up in that second inning, and then do what we did against the bullpen was very good to see. And it is something, shows what we potentially can do as an offense when we put a team approach together. And I thought Dustin did a really nice job making sure he got through that 5th inning. And so that was really good. He made the one bad pitch to Schneemann, but outside of that, I thought he threw the baseball really well. Got another win for him, for us, and I thought Jack and Ben were fantastic again tonight.
How much does it add when Michael and Max can kind of contribute like they did tonight at the bottom of the lineup?
It does. It's big. Certainly not having Will in the lineup tonight, but for Max to do what he does, I think he's been trending in the right direction, and then obviously hitting a homer tonight. And then, Tommy against right-handed pitching should be very good, and I think that we're seeing a lot of signs of life, and it just adds that length that we expected, coming into the season.
Unfair that Shohei can miss-hit a ball the other way and still get a home run. Did it look like it was miss-hit to you?
It wasn't flushed, but it was spun the right way, and it's just one of those balls that when he hit it, it just kept going like a helium ball. And it is true that he has a lot more margin for error than everyone else on the planet. I think maybe him and Judge.
He's had 13 home runs this month. He gets in a streak like that. What does it look like? What does he do?
What he's doing is he's swinging at his strikes, and he's taking balls that are not in the hitting zone. And I think that if you look at that stretch, he's walking a lot more too. And so, when he's willing to take the walk and be ready to hit and balls in his hitting zone, that's where you see kind of the slug and when he gets on a tear.
Usually power-wise, we don't see this from him till June or July. Was there something that you saw maybe in spring training that power-wise he'd be at 20 at this stage?
No, nothing I saw. I do know that he's just been much more disciplined in the strike zone. So, but outside of that, I don't know the reason behind it.
So there we go, Dave Roberts after the game. And yeah, let's be honest, Bybee, not a great pitcher there, but still the Dodgers took care of business. How about a little scoreboard watch before we get out of here, by the way? The Padres down to the Marlins at home 6-1 in the bottom of the first inning. Shout out to the Fish. And the Tigers already beat the Giants 3-1 today. So you love to see that. Nando, best show. Oh, thanks, Nando. You're the man. I love you, Nando. BC, we've got Eric down in the chat talking about Ben Conspirious for sure. Absolutely. Will Sasaki bounce back, Kevin? I'm hoping so. He's going to put that ball in his hands and hopefully take off from there. Do you let Ohtani pitch and risk injury, Paul Vaughn? I have to. I think this team needs another ace because I just can't rely on the guys right now to be healthy, and I think they're going to need him. I don't think it's going to be a luxury. I think they're going to need him to be one of their best 3 starters in October if they want to go back-to-back. I Serve Nerd, Doug the Best Dodger Show. I appreciate you, I Serve Nerd. Appreciate all you guys out there talking about Shohei Ohtani. Yeah, final thought today is, honestly, enjoy this, savor this. I've been watching Dodger baseball since I was 2 years old, and truly, I've never seen someone who, when they're at the plate, it feels like every pitch is going to end up a bleacher reacher 20 rows deep, and you don't know if it's going to be an oppo shot. You don't know if it's going to be a pull side. You don't know if it's going to be dead center, but it always just feels like something special is going to happen when Shohei Ohtani's at the plate, and it doesn't always happen, right? He's in 296, but always just has that feeling, and he's homered in 3 straight games. He's on pace to hit close to 60 home runs after hitting 54 last season. We're seeing a GOAT in his absolute prime, and I'm enjoying every single minute of it. And I think Bybee, he spoke for all pitchers around Major League Baseball when he said, what the when he saw that ball go out, dude treated that breaking ball on the outer half as if it was a poolside home run, as if he was batting from the right side. I mean, just an incredible hitter. Hopefully the struggle dudes are gonna. I mean, this was the slump buster, right? For me, when I'm in a big slump, I go right down the street and I get a big juicy torta, and sometimes I get 2 of them, and I just crush them. They're delicious. Juicier the better, and somehow, some way, the next day I'm feeling better. And hopefully this was their version of that tonight, and hope that is the case. But all right, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Stay tuned for the breakdown a little later, and tomorrow morning, Dodgers Dugout Live before the game. Some final comments here from you guys, some walk-off shots. Kiki, I miss slugs. Tay, I agree. 3-game lead. Paul Vaughn. Chris Taylor struck out again. Yeah, could you believe? I mean, just try to guess what he did on his first at-bat. It's a strikeout. Hate to see it. I hope he has success. I really, honestly do. What up, AM? Roy Estrada. I am Scott. Shout out. Respect. We got some more. Let's see. Evan has defensive value. No doubt about it. We've got... I am Scott. Neil, hey, Muncy, even stole a base. Yeah, absolutely. For sure. Paul Vaughn, I serve nerd. Not getting pressure from management to keep Conforto out there because of that $17 million scratch ticket they bought from 7-Eleven during the offseason. No comment on that one. I do think there is some sunk cost fallacy, right? You buy a pair of shoes and you're just like, hey, man, I don't know if I like them, but I paid for them. I'm going to wear them. And that's kind of how it feels a little bit. We've got, all right, see you, Bill Out. K, love you too. Love you, Doubt. You guys are the best fans in the game. Be back with you tomorrow. Bob, D-Mac wants to slump so he can get that torta. D-Mac with the torta slump busters, Marcelo. All right, guys, see you tomorrow. BC, get the brooms out tomorrow. Totally agree. But all right, guys, that's going to do it. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell for your Los Angeles Dodgers. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Hit the like button. Join the Discord. Join the Big Lead. You guys are the best fans of the game, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. And remember that nothing, absolutely nothing, brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
Start the party, Los Angeles! Your Dodgers have won the World Series!
And when the upcoming winter gives way to spring, rest assured, once again, it will be time for Dodger baseball.